After that, the doctor said again, "As for the pregnancy, you don't have to be too surprised or worried. It's not uncommon for a woman your age to become pregnant, and some even give birth to a child." As soon as she finished speaking, the doctor said again, "I don't recommend you to have this child. After all, you still have gonorrhea and syphilis. This syphilis is very powerful. It can be transmitted from mother to child. So I suggest you beat your child, and then actively cooperate with treatment to eradicate all these gynecological diseases and venereal diseases." Horia thought, "Even if you put a knife on my neck, I can't give birth to this child." If her husband, mother-in-law, son, and daughter know that she has been in the black coal kiln for so long and pregnant after being rescued, what face is there to live with them? Horia's first thought was to get rid of the child as soon as possible, so she asked the doctor, "Doctor, what time is the fastest appointment for abortion surgery?" The doctor opened her mouth and said, "If you want to have an operation, you have to make an appointment until next week, and the fastest is next Monday." Horia immediately panicked when she heard that she had to wait until Monday and asked anxiously, "Why wait until Monday? If it's money, I can pay double or 10 times the price. The situation is so serious now that one more day will be more dangerous to be discovered, so she can't help but worry." The doctor shook her head and said, "It's not a question of money, but we only go to the clinic these 2 days on weekends and don't do surgery. So if you want to get this kid out, you have to wait until Monday." Well, Monday is Monday. Horia's face changed again. Although she was panicked, she could only accept it. After all, she can't do it on her belly by herself. It is not a trivial matter to have a childbirth. At her age, it might be fatal. The doctor said again, "In this way, I will prescribe some oral medicines and applied medicines first. You take them back and control them first. After the abortion operation is completed, we will conduct systemic treatment for your STDs." Horia nodded repeatedly and blurted out, "Really, thank you, doctor." The doctor waved his hand and said, "After you go back, it is best to ask your husband to check it up. Gonorrhea and syphilis are generally transmitted through sexual intercourse between men and women. If you have had sex with your husband recently, maybe he infected you or you have infected him, and these two diseases are particularly contagious. So I suggest that he check it out. If you both have it, it is better to treat together and encourage each other." Horia felt a little stunned when she heard this. She knew very well in her heart that this disease could not have been transmitted to her by her husband. It must have been transmitted to her by the supervisor. However, when she and her husband were at Wu's house the day before yesterday, the sound of the waves continued. They did not take any measures at the time. The doctor now says that this disease is very contagious. Doesn't it mean that her husband also is very likely to be infected by her? Thinking of this, her heart was flustered. It seems that the best solution is to cure the illness before the husband becomes ill. In this way, if the time comes, if the husband finds out the illness, there will be no way to push him off. At this point, Horia hurriedly asked the doctor, "Doctor, if my disease is actively treated, how long will it take to heal?" The doctor thought for a while and said with some embarrassment, "I will tell you that these two diseases are actually very difficult to cure, and the treatment cycle is relatively long. I estimate that it will take at least 2 months. It's so long." Horia's heart sank even further. The doctor comforted her at this time. "But it's not necessarily. Everyone's physique is different, and some people get better faster." Then the doctor said, "You still don't think so much now. Let's make an appointment for the operation first, and come over next Monday to perform the operation. After the operation, we will undergo active treatment." Horia nodded. She knew there was nothing good now, so she made an appointment with the doctor for surgery on Monday afternoon. Just after the appointment, she received a call from her husband and asked, "You disappeared early in the morning. Where are you?" Horia hurriedly said, "I came out to do something, and I will come back now."